Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be going back to the basics. We're going to be talking about what is femininity? Like, what does it all mean in the first place? Okay, so first things first, if this is your first time stopping by my channel or seeing a video of mine, thank you for stopping by. My name is Abby and I am a feminine life coach. I also create content, as you can see, and I also do professional modeling as well. So if any of that interests you or you're looking to work with me, then you are in the right spot. Now to today's video, as we're actually nearing the end of the year, it kind of occurred to me that yes, I've been teaching the concepts of femininity, how to embrace your femininity, how to protect it, and things like that. But as I'm getting more and more interest into this content, I feel like it's important that we go back to the basics. And it's also important for me that as I'm teaching you guys these concepts, I'm able to explain it, explain the basics so that you guys actually get it. I remember I actually had someone ask me, like, what is femininity in the first place? And I appreciated that question because I feel like when you get really deep into this whole feminine energy and things like that, you can kind of lose the basics there. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I use this video to introduce femininity to you, the way that AB understands it and the way that I use it to run my life. And maybe if you guys have any additional questions, then I can address them in future videos as well. So watch out for that. I'm going to be doing some back to basics femininity videos, especially for the new folks that are coming in as well, so that, you know, it's important to me that we're all on the same ground, and when I'm using some words and I'm using some concepts, you guys get it. Okay, thank you. All right, let's get started. So femininity for me was, and I'll be honest here, like I rebelled a lot. I rebelled a lot against the word femininity because it used to just trigger me a lot. And I think for me, it was the way that my brain was, or was the perception that I was getting around femininity that didn't align with me. So that's why I've talked about some of the misconceptions. I'm going to keep talking about them. But for me, what I've come to understand is that femininity equals womanhood. And I was actually looking at the dictionary version of this. The dictionary version said a set of attributes, behaviors that are typically associated with women or girls. That's correct. However, what I'm finding now is that femininity for me, and the way that I've been able to use it, is really the way that I choose to express being a woman in a healthy manner. That's Amy's definition. Okay, don't come for me. That's, hey, it's my experience. That's it. Thank you. And for you, if you're just getting started and you're like, so Amy, where do I start? Like, what do you mean by your expression of womanhood and things like that? Okay, what I'm going to say is that the way that a woman chooses to present herself, so when I mean present herself, is a way that you were showing up in the world. I'm not necessarily speaking, oh my gosh, sorry guys, excuse me. Much better. So I'm not necessarily speaking to the way that she looks. I'm talking about in general, like your energy, your presence, right? The way you present yourself to the world is very different for every woman. And the concept of femininity started, I accepted it because I had reached a state in my life where it was either I accept it or I wouldn't be here on earth. And I don't want to use that word on my videos because I was going through a phase where I had to choose whether to save my life or not. And I know that sounds very dire. Someday I'll share the story, but femininity woke me up to live. So for me, it's not about certain attributes and things like that. It's really you choosing to accept yourself as a woman and own it. So as simple as it sounds, I think a lot of the reasons why a lot of women struggle with femininity and all of that is because, again, they have this wrong perceptions of what they think it is, and so it's holding a lot of them back. Again, I know this because that was me, and I know women around me, and I also work with clients too that say the same thing as well. And so to answer the question, AB, okay, you have said femininity is your expression of womanhood and how you choose to show up in the world and own yourself as a woman. How do I do this? Like, where do I start from? Okay, so the next step that I would say is you're going to have to do some healing, because the reason why you are confused about femininity in the first place is because your mind has been told certain information about femininity that does not align with your true values. And so your body is rejecting that information and saying, no, that's not us. That's not us, right? I'll give you a quick example. I thought for years femininity equaled weakness. Like, I mean, come on. Can you blame the modern day woman when she hears that? Like, that's taking us back to the 50s. So, of course, she's going to push back. Of course, she's going to rebel against that, because that doesn't feel good to anybody to hear that, right? But again, that is not truth. That was my flawed perception of what I thought femininity was. So, to take you back, okay, now you understand what femininity is, right? Now, the next step is, why am I rejecting it? Why am I rejecting it? Because it makes no sense if you were created as a woman and you're rejecting the fact that you're a woman. So you're going to have to do the work to find out what it is. Like, if there are other things that come up for you that are medical reasons, then you at least you have the information to treat it. Does that make sense? If it's not medically related and it's more you having the wrong information and you needed to do some mindset work and you needing that knowledge and that guidance, and that's where channels like mine can help in giving you that content, and also coaching as well. So that's one of the things that I help my clients do, is we take a step back. Is, why is this even occurring in the first place? Because if you don't understand why you're rejecting something, you're never going to accept it. You're never going to accept it. So if you are serious about this, is you need to really take the time and figure out why you're rejecting it. For me, I had multiple reasons, but the number one was that the representations of femininity, I didn't like it and I didn't want to be like them. So of course I rejected it, right? So if that's you too, then girl, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. All right. So when you've done your healing work, the next steps are going to be, what can I do to allow me accept and own my femininity? How can I express myself in the way that I want to express myself? Okay, how can I show up in the world in the way that is true to me and I'm not wearing a mask? Because a lot of us women, we wear different kinds of masks, right? You have the masculine mask, you have the superwoman, do it all mask. They're all the same. They're all the same. So I classify all of that as a masculine, overdriven woman. Don't confuse this with a woman who is running or utilizing her masculine energy to do something. Those are two different types of people. The one who's using her masculine energy to do something, she's just using her masculine energy. If she's healthy, then she knows that she can balance that out with her feminine energy. The masculine overdriven woman is the woman that is running on masculine overdrive 24/7, 365 days a year for years. That is the masculine overturned woman. So she is in actual fact a man, but looks like a woman. Now, there's nothing wrong in being a masculine overdriven. Again, if it works with your body likes it, good for you. For a vast majority of women, we don't like it. We love being women. We accept ourselves as women, and we understand that living like that will destroy you because you are biologically built to be a woman, and that comes with certain territories, aka hormones. And if your hormones don't support you living like that, you're going to destroy yourself. So when I tell you guys that femininity saved my life, it literally did. It literally did. So we're gonna go back. How do you I feel like that was a whole word, but so how do you now start to embrace your femininity and live in it and appreciate it? That's where understanding the tenets, I like to call them tenets of femininity. So these are the basic principles of femininity, like learning how to receive, learning how to manage your emotions, learning how to own your desires, learning boundaries, learning how to do your inner work, cleaning back, things like that. These are concepts that can help you start embodying the energy so that you don't have to act feminine, but you are feminine. You know that you're in your feminine energy when you don't have to think about it. You just do it. You just do it. But you just do it, right? That's how you know that you are in your feminine energy. So now you understand what femininity is. You understand what you can do now to get to embodying this energy. And when I say embodying, I feel like that word sometimes I struggle with understanding what that word means. Embodying simply means that you are the thing, like you've become the thing. You're no longer acting like the thing. You are the thing. So for example, if I say, hey, can you drive a car? You don't think about it. You just say yes, right? You've already embodied the energy of being able to drive a car. So that's what I mean by that. So the next step, back to that, the next step is you're going to, once you have understood what it takes to embody this energy, then it's then taking the actions, the step-by-step process of what you need to do to be able to have boundaries, to be able to be emotionally intelligent, to be able to receive. Receiving was a big one for me. Oh my gosh, I had so many blocks on being able to receive, and I find like at each stage of my life, as I move from one level to the other, I'm uncovering more and more blocks and moving through that. So what I would tell you ladies is that this journey is a lifelong thing. Like it's like you eat food every day, okay? Doing all of this work is, I encourage you to see it as that, so you don't feel like, okay, one and done and that's it, right? But it's a beautiful investment in yourself because it's definitely worth it. Your life will change. Your life will change for the better. So I definitely, I encourage you to definitely get the process started, especially if this is calling out to you, to embracing and owning your feminine energy and just owning yourself as a woman. Okay, so I actually didn't want to make this video long, but if you guys have any questions relating to femininity, how to get started and things like that, or what to do and things like that, I actually have programs that can help you. So I've included them in the links below and in the description box. And if you have any questions, you can just put them in the comments too as well. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye, girl.